Hi, and welcome to a Life Soul podcast, where we explore personal growth, high performance, and intentional living. I am Wasim Balani, and I believe life isn't just about getting through the day, it's about becoming fully alive in everything we do. Through my journey, whether in medicine as a heart rhythm cardiologist, cycling and running, or personal development, I have learned that success isn't just about reaching goals, but about who we become along the way. This podcast is here to inspire and challenge you to push your limits, cultivate discipline, and live with purpose. Join me each week as we dive into ideas, reflections, and practical strategies to help you grow into your best self. So let's get started. Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those moments where you just feel like, I totally messed up? Maybe you snapped at a loved one, dropped the ball on something important, or just felt completely drained after a long, overwhelming day. And in that moment, it feels like all your progress is gone, like you've taken 10 steps backwards instead of forward, and that feeling, it sucks. I've been there too, and if you're nodding right now, I hear you. But here's the thing, those moments don't define you. What defines you is what you do next. That's what today's episode is about resilience. How do you bounce back when life knocks you down? How do you recover from setback, whether emotional, mental, or just a straight up energy crash, and get back on track? Because here's the truth, setbacks are a part of life. Nobody is perfect all the time. Nobody feels motivated every day. And no matter how strong your habits are, there will always be days when you fall off. But guess what? You can always reset. Always. So today I'll share some personal stories about how I dealt with setbacks, especially in my relationship with families and in my work life. And I'll also walk you through some practical ways you can recover faster, regain energy, and keep moving forward without letting a setback turn into a full on spiral. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, first, let's talk about what resilience is actually about. A lot of people think resilience means being tough all the time. Like if you're resilient, you never struggle, you never feel down, you never make mistakes. Nope, that's not it. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about how quickly you recover from them. Think of it like this. Imagine you're running a race and you trip and fall. What matters isn't the fact that you fell. What matters is how fast you can get back up. And honestly, that's life. We all trip. We all have bad days. We all make mistakes. But here's what most people get stuck. They stay down too long. And instead of getting back up, they sit in the frustration, in the guilt, and in the disappointment. And the longer you stay there, the harder it is to get moving again. So let's talk about how to get back up fast. Alright, let me get real with you for a second. One of the biggest ways I personally struggled with resilience is when I got into arguments with family. I love my family, but let's be honest, sometimes we clash, and when that happens, I feel like I completely failed. Like, I'll get into an argument with my kids, and afterward, I'll just sit there thinking, that was bad. Why did I say that? Did I just mess everything up? And it doesn't just stay in that moment. It drains my mental energy. It makes me feel off for the rest of the day. And the same thing happens at work sometimes. There are times when I get so caught up at work, back to back tasks, endless responsibilities, and by the end of the day, I just feel exhausted. And that exhaustion makes me feel disconnected, like I'm not really present with my family, like I'm not fully engaged with the things that matters the most. And in those moments, it's so easy to feel like I'm failing. But here's what I've learned. Feeling you've messed up doesn't mean you actually have. Setbacks, whether in relationship, in work, or just in your energy levels, don't erase all the progress you've made. They are just moments, moments you can bounce back from. And the faster you recognize that, the faster you can recover. And there's another area where I've had to learn how to bounce back: my connection with God. I'll be honest with you, there are times when I feel like I've drifted away. Maybe I'm not as consistent in prayer as I want to be. Or I get so caught up in the busyness of my life that my spiritual connection starts to fade. And when that happens, the guilt creeps in. I start feeling like I should be doing better. I should be more consistent. Maybe I've messed up too much. And if I let that feeling sit too long, it turns into hopelessness, like I've fallen too far off track. But here's what I always remind myself: God does not expect perfection. He doesn't ask us to never make mistakes, He asks us to come back when we do. It is natural for people to make mistakes, to lose focus, or to drift off course. No one is perfect, and setbacks, whether in our habits, relationship, or spiritual connection, are part of being human. But what truly matters isn't that we stumble, it's how quickly we recognize it, take responsibilities, and make the effort to realign ourselves. Growth isn't about never failing, it's about having willingness to get back up, seek improvement, and keep moving forward. The key is to not let guilt or discouragement keep us stuck, but to use every misstep as an opportunity to reset and return to what truly matters. Alright, so when life throws you off track, how do you recover fast? Here's the thing: bouncing back isn't just about thinking positively. It's about having a system that helps you get back on track before the setback turns into a full-blown downward spiral. So here's 4 powerful ways to build resilience and recover quickly. Step 1. Shift your mindset to setbacks don't define you. One of the biggest traps we fall into is thinking that one bad moment ruins everything. Like, I got mad at my kids today, so I must be a bad parent. Or, I skipped a workout, so now I've lost all my progress. Or, I missed a prayer, so maybe I'm just not a disciplined person. That's not true. If you zoom out and look at your whole journey, that one mistake is just a tiny blip. The problem is, most people let one small failure turn into a big one because they get stuck into that "what's the point" mindset. So next time you feel like you've failed, try this mental shift. Instead of thinking, "I messed up," think, "I can reset and move forward." Instead of "I've lost all my progress," think, "This is just a part of the journey." Instead of "I'm bad at this," think, "I'm still learning and improving." Setbacks only become permanent when you let them be. Step 2. Take action. Break that stagnation cycle, talk it through, and reset. Here's the mistake most people make after a setback: they freeze, they overthink, they sit in the guilt and frustration, and the longer you do that, the harder it becomes to get moving again. What actually helps? Taking action, even a small one. Let's say you had an argument with a family member and you're feeling bad about it. Instead of just dwelling on it, do something. Send them a quick text: "Hey, I didn't mean for things to go that way. Let's talk later." Go give them a hug, even if no words are exchanged. Or if you need time, make a mental note: "Tomorrow morning I'll sit with them and talk." Or let's say you skipped a workout and now you feel like you've lost motivation. Instead of sitting in that, just say, "Okay, I'll do 10 push-ups right now. I'll go for a 5-minute walk. I'll set out my gym clothes for tomorrow morning." You don't have to do everything right now. You just have to do something. And here's how this works. Action creates momentum. The hardest part is always getting started. Once you take the first step though, it becomes easier to keep going. So whatever setback you are facing, don't stay stuck. Move, reset, take one step forward. Because the longer you sit in the problem, the bigger it feels. But the moment you start moving again, it loses its power. So whatever your setback is, do something, even if it's small, because movement creates momentum. Step 3. Have a reset ritual, something that gets you back on track fast. Here's something I've learned. Resilient people don't just bounce back randomly. They have rituals that helps them reset quickly. Think of it like having a go-to system for when you feel off track. Here are some examples. For emotional setbacks, like arguments, stress, or overwhelm, go for a short walk outside to clear your head. Journal for 5 minutes. Write off your thoughts and get them out of your head. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and count to 10 before reacting. For energy and motivation slumps, drink a glass of water and stretch for 2 minutes. Listen to an uplifting podcast or motivational speech. Do something easy but productive, even just tidying up your space. For spiritual resets, say a short prayer, even if it's just a few seconds of sincere reflection. Read a verse or a reminder that realigns you with your purpose. Simply acknowledge the slip and tell yourself, it's okay, I'm realigning right now. So just find what works for you. What simple habit help you shake off the setback and move forward? Once you know them, use them every time you feel stuck. Step 4. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. And here's the important thing. You don't bounce back alone. The people around you, they matter a lot. If you want to stay resilient, put yourself in an environment where the norm is pushing forward. Here's the truth. If you're surrounded by people who are always negative, complaining or making excuses, guess what? You'll start doing the same. But if you're surrounded by people who keep showing up, keep growing, and keep going even when it's hard, the energy will push you forward too. So if you're trying to stay fit, be around people who makes fitness normal. If you're trying to stay consistent with faith, be around people who uplift you spiritually. And if you're trying to stay disciplined in work or personal growth, follow and engage with people who inspire you. Because resilience is contagious. When you see others getting back up, it makes you want to do the same. At the end of the day, resilience isn't about being perfect. It's not about never failing, never struggling, never feeling lost. It's about what you do after those moments. Because life will knock you down. That's just the reality. You'll have days where you feel like you're failing, where everything feels heavy, where you question if you're even making progress at all. And in those moments, your mind will try to convince you that you've lost, that you've fallen too far, that maybe you're just not strong enough to keep going. But listen to me, none of that is true. You are not defined by your worst moments. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are the person who gets back up. You are the person who chooses to keep going even when it's hard. You are the person who knows that every setback is just part of a greater comeback. Think about it. Everything you've overcome up until now, the moment you thought would break you, you survived them. You are still here. You are still standing. And that means you're capable of bouncing back from whatever you're facing right now. So if you're listening to this and you've been feeling stuck, if you've been drowning in self-doubt or guilt or exhaustion or disappointment, this is your reminder that it is not over. You can reset right now. Take a deep breath. Decide that this moment isn't the end of your story. It's just that turning point. Because every challenge you face, every setback you overcome, it's shaping you into someone stronger. So stand back up, keep going, and never forget, you are capable of more than you think. So stay strong, stay resilient, and keep moving forward. That's it for this episode, my friends, and thank you for tuning in. If you like it, please share it with people around you because we all grow better when we do it together.